Hello.
Hello. So we're finally back together live. We actually cheated just a little bit the last 2 weeks because we were both traveling. But we got it done, right?
I was going to say it's not cheating at all. It's leveraging the technology that we now have available to us. So,
Yeah, but this is a lot more fun. So when we're actually doing this on the fly and just seeing
absolutely.
what comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So, you going to remind us where we've been?
Yes. So we've been stepping through some questions that we felt were good for entrepreneurs or anyone when you find yourself just not sure, when you're just in overwhelm. It's a way to refocus. So the first week, we talked about navigating the chaos, reclaiming your focus. It's a way to bring yourself back to the present. What right now, not what's most important 2 weeks from now. What did I not do 2 weeks ago? I mean, right now, let me get present. So that was our first week. The second week, we talked about escaping overwhelm, aligning with your truth. Those were the 3 words, and I love yours if you want to share them again.
Of course. Be you, do you, for you.
Yeah. So when you say those 3 words or phrases, it's a way to, oh, yeah, I'm here so I can help people be you, for you. What was it again?
Be you, do you, for you.
There you go. So
Yep.
I mean, it's something that you can grab onto to get yourself. What? Wait, why am I here? Get you out of overwhelm, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We're
And
still working on brainstorming ones for you.
yeah, I'm just not loving anything that. Anyway, so we'll get there. And then the third week, beat burnout by fueling your success with CEO care.
Mhm.
You are the most important asset of your business. So take care of you. You don't need to do the 15-hour days. That was the whole reason we got into this world, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Then we talked about getting out of the weeds, focus on what matters most. So, I mean, if you're spiraling, what's the one thing I can focus on? And then the whole world opens up to you. Then last week, we talked about shining through the storm, ignite your passion, and that's to connect you to your why. You know, why are we doing this craziness, right?
Yeah. And I think we talked about, being the lighthouse, the light shining through the storm for the people that we serve,
Yeah.
the mission that we're trying to bring to life in the world. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about this next one.
Yes. So, how am I serving my clients and community today? If I get beyond the tech hell and I serve with purpose, and this question is, we're all called to what we're doing for a bigger purpose. The things that are outside of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The universe, God, whatever that is for you. And I know that when I'm overwhelmed, spiraling, thinking about why am I doing this? I'm just going to throw in the towel. I don't want to do it anymore. I was called to this.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't realign you,
Well, and I think it speaks to the reality that as online business owners, we are interfacing with technology all the time,
Mhm.
and it's easy to get super bogged down in my something isn't working the way it's supposed to, uh, and while that's a necessary part of our world, making that the biggest priority is not is not in service to your clients over the long run,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And it also encourages you to um, think creatively about what's the simplest, easiest way I can serve today.
Yeah. Yeah, because like with our mastery circle, this was a fun process that we went through. We were like, well, we need this beautiful landing page and it needs to have all these options and we need to have this whole email sequence and all of these things that we felt like we needed to do before actually asking people. And it was like, we need a Google sheet. We need, I mean, we made it really simple because it was like we could sit in the bog of the doing and get hung up on the technology and automating it and all the things, and it was like, no,
Right.
to do what we're called to do, we really just need electricity and internet connection and
Some
us.
people.
Yeah.
Some people.
I mean, if you really get down to it, and we've had this whole conversation on, you know, where do these all-in-one inclusive systems, or do we stay, we can get bogged down in these decisions that really don't serve.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, you can spend infinite amount of time building the most amazing mousetrap to take something totally non technologically based, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And you're not serving anyone in that process.
But you're
And
busy.
oh, yeah, you can fill those days and you're checking things off your list so you feel productive. But yet, I think in the back of your mind, you're like, this isn't working. This isn't, uh, why am I doing this? I want to, like, this isn't why I started my business. But I think we get in our brain like, oh, we have to do that. And it's influenced by what we see
Yeah.
uh, people in our that other people, many, many years down the road from us
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and it's not necessary. They didn't start out with all this stuff.
No.
So it it really is saying what is the simplest, easiest path. And if you find yourself getting bogged down to the details, I don't know if it's true for you, but for me, if I connect with a person who is who I want to serve and have a great conversation, and maybe they experience a mindset shift in that conversation, I am energized
Mm.
and ready to keep going. And, because you are filling your bucket as well as their bucket.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And I don't think that's what, we are serving clients, but oh, they are serving us as well, because it is what lights us up and it's why we're here. So, yeah, I mean, I think the message here is don't worry about the technology. It's going to work itself out and you'll figure it out. You're smart. You'll figure it out. Maybe not the timeline that you would like to, but, you know, I think all of these questions are about, am I really focusing on what I need to focus to serve the people that I want to serve? All of them are ways of getting you back to what inspired you to do this to begin with, and staying in tech world is really distracting you from what you want to do. And I've had many entrepreneurs saying, well, but I need to go revamp my website. No, you don't.
Why? Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Or, I need to change my email sequence. No. I mean,
Right.
maybe, but
Maybe. Well, and I think that if you find yourself drawn to something like doing that, as a mindset coach,
yeah.
I'm asking, what are you avoiding?
Yeah, right?
What
Right.
are you avoiding? I mean, there is a time and a place for all of those things. But if it feels like a have to, like if I don't do this, I'm not going to be a successful business owner,
Mhm.
mm, you're
Mm.
probably avoiding something that's a more direct route to your success. And I say that, and Jenny's probably laughing in her mind because we both do it.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
both done it on a daily basis.
Yeah. I mean, I could even bring it down to a simpler um, example. I had a client one time that was avoiding calling the insurance company. She just needed to make a phone call, right? And we kept pulling it on the list, week after week. And I'm like, what are you doing instead? And she said, well, one day I went up and picked up dog shit. And I'm like, you went outside and did the most unglamorous task that you could possibly do to avoid calling the insurance company because she just knew it was going to be a battle. It was going to be horrible. She was going to have to go through the whole automated system before she got a person, and I'm like, get off this call, go call the insurance company. And like 45 seconds later, she was like, oh my God, I got a person immediately, told them what I needed, and I'm done.
Yeah.
But how do we do that in business as well? Right? I mean, we will do everything outside of what we really want to be doing to keep us safe, this faux safe.
Yeah. Pseudo safety.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think we all, it's the way our brains are wired. So it's being aware of that and getting onto ourselves. And I think that's one of the reasons why we really encourage the participants in the mastery circle as well as ourselves because we are human. We have a human brain. We do the exact same things. It's not like there's a magic wand that ching, and
You're fixed.
now you will never do this again.
You are
Unfortunately,
cured. Yeah.
yes. I mean, it is. It's like you don't need 10 things to do this week. Pick one,
Yeah. Yeah.
and get that done. And then you can say, "Oh, wow, great job. I got that done." And you know, now I can pick something else. So I mean, I think that we get we are encouraged by society, the way that we operate, that more like having a huge list means that you are more important. Checking things off means that you are more productive, are going to be more successful. And, you know, I think both of us ran that treadmill for a large majority of our life
Oh, yeah.
and are slowly
Yeah.
like truly believing like, oh, maybe less is more.
Mhm. And I can serve better when I do less. Yeah. So let's see. Aaron's got some brilliance over here in the chat. Yeah. So know what you're good at, outsource those things that take too much time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I think that is and get creative with the outsourcing.
Mhm.
So Aaron mentioned he has his partner do that. And you know, is there someone that you do something well and they do something well and you can just trade? Money doesn't always
Mm,
need to exchange hands.
no.
You know, th- it's not always about, you know, needing to hire out work,
Right. Right.
you know.
Well, and I think collaborations like what we're doing is a perfect example because there are definitely things that you do that you shine at better than me. And it's like, and, and we're, it's like, I'll do that. And you're like, okay, you go run with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because as a solo business owner, you wear all the hats
Mhm.
and you can wear them all.
Sure.
but you being aware of the hats that you're really good at and the ones that bog you down,
Mhm.
is a great place to start to think about, okay, how can I partner up with people? Who could I outsource this with? And then there's also the part of, is it truly necessary to do it this way
Mhm.
right now? Again, we often have this ideal image of when, we're bringing in all the money and serving all the clients. And at that time, like, it makes sense. You're hiring a team, you are giving people tasks to do. But is it truly, truly necessary in order to, convey what you're trying to convey to your audience?
Yeah. Yeah, and the other suggestion that we make in the mastery circle is, if there is something that, most of us do our planning either in the morning or, sometime when we're fresh. And at the time when we were our best self, that was a task that we felt needed to be done. But when we're later in the day and life is coming at you and all, tech is breaking, or, whatever's going on, that task doesn't seem so. You can go pick up dog poop. That sounds like a much better plan than just tackling whatever was next on your list. And so one of the things that we recommend is do these most critical tasks as early as you possibly can in the day. Get them done, get them over with, and you've already got your momentum. You got your hardest stuff done, or at least what you're thinking is hard.
Yeah, I mean, and that goes back to the brain science piece of it, right?
Right.
Those tasks often require, because we're talking about things that are moving things forward. And so usually that's at the edge of your comfort zone. Like,
Mhm.
you can do it, but you don't, it's not a well-oiled machine yet. We
Mhm.
don't resist too often the well-oiled machine tasks.
Right.
So it takes all of that cognitive power you have in your front prefrontal cortex, and um, it's freshest. Your engine is freshest, and in the early part of your day,
Mhm.
and so um, you may think, "Oh, I need to get myself warmed up with these easy things," but we all know what happens. You start out with the easy things, you get yourself moving, and then you go to this other easy thing, and then you get distracted, and suddenly it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you'd much rather take a nap, and your brain wants to take a nap too.
Or
So,
or the day's gone. I
or
mean,
the day is
that's
gone.
my favorite one. That's it. I blew the whole day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, they use the, like, a popular term is eat that frog. I dislike that term quite a bit.
Yeah, because really, do you really want to eat a frog?
And it's not really a frog. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we think it's a frog,
Mhm.
right? But it's not. It's probably the most delicious thing that you've ever had once you get into it. So, like, again, it matters the mindset, the words we're saying to ourselves. If we're conveying to ourselves that it's something to avoid, this is hard, this is going to take forever, you are setting yourself up to not want to do it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, um,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So, yeah. So are these 6 questions, which I think we'll recap those next week, and kind of how to put these questions in, how you can set yourself up for success, kind of pull this all together. That's what we'll go over next week. But yeah, I mean, connect with the bigger purpose and start reeling yourself in, because yeah, we're going to have tech hell. We are.
Yep.
It's inevitable, and
And
you're
it
going to
shouldn't.
have emails kind of go awry, and landing pages aren't going to work, and recordings aren't going to happen, and all of those things are they're going to happen.
Yeah.
Eh,
And it doesn't need to stop you from serving your clients. And the service to clients is beyond, what the service we're selling,
Yeah.
right? All
Mhm.
of us are providing service well before we're in the engagement with a client. So you can serve every day, and that, I think, is the gold.
That is the gold. And I think that's a perfect place to end it.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
Well,
See
we
you
will
next.
see you all next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.